Welcome to Techstination. Joining us is Melissa Andresko, Communications Director at Lutron. Thank you for joining us, Melissa.
Good morning, Fred. Thank you for having me.
Great to have you. And what we're talking about is Lutron's Caseta line of really smart home lighting products. Give us a little bit of an overview, some background here. You've been a real pioneer.
Yeah, so, the Caseta by Lutron smart home lighting kit is a great place for people to start in the area of smart lighting and even smart home in general. So you can buy a kit that will do as few as one light. You can buy a kit that does two lights and expand from there. So essentially, you are going to replace either the light switch on the wall with a Caseta by Lutron dimmer, or if you want to control table or floor lamps, you can buy a dimmer that plugs directly into your outlet and then plug the lamps into there. Once you have these dimmers, you can download the free Lutron app, and you can now control your lights from your app. It integrates with all the voice assistants, so you can use your voice. And it's a great way to get an introduction into smart lighting. And because it integrates with smart speakers and smart voice assistants and security systems, it's really a great entree into smart home in general.
So many products out there, whether it's smart bulbs, et cetera, that are on the market. What are the advantages for people in going with Lutron?
Well, Lutron has been around, obviously, for a very long time. Lutron's founder, Joel Spira, invented the dimmer, believe it or not, in the late 1950s. So we've been around as a company since the early 1960s. So we've been doing this for a very, very long time. But in terms of Caseta, it's really about making every kind of bulb out there smart. A lot of people may think that smart bulbs are the only way to go for smart lighting. And, by replacing a light switch with a Caseta by Lutron dimmer, you're able to really make any bulb in your house smart. Smart bulbs can be costly. So, again, these Caseta by Lutron kits start for under $100. So getting the benefit of being able to make any bulb in your house smart, you're going to have that app control, the voice control, and, of course, backed by a company that's been doing this for nearly 60 years.
And one of the things that we've experienced in using the Lutron Caseta is reliability, which is something that occasionally is missing from other products.
That's very true, Fred. Lutron stands behind its products. We take our time with bringing products to market to make sure that not only do they work, but that they work as expected and that the user is going to have a fantastic experience. And one point I can make to that is with the Caseta by Lutron line, we do not rely on Wi-Fi for product operation. So, I will argue that lights are a life safety issue. You need lighting in your home. And if your Wi-Fi is out, you're still going to be able to control your lights. Maybe you won't be able to control it through your app if you're dependent on Wi-Fi on your app, but we actually have a device called a Pico remote control, and you're going to be able to still adjust your lighting, turn your lights on and off, and dim them from the Pico or from the dimmer itself if you should lose connection to your Wi-Fi. So again, Lutron just taking that extra step to make sure that that product is going to work for you and work as expected.
Well, it varies between the two basic products that you have, but step us through installation and ease of use here.
Sure. So, for people who may not want to deal with the wiring in the wall, like I said, we have this great dimmer that can be plugged right in to the outlet. So once you've got your dimmer installed, whether it's in the wall in place of your switch or right into your electrical socket and have your lamps plugged in there, once you do that, you're going to install what's called the Lutron bridge. And essentially, that's what's going to be the conduit between your phone when you're remote and your house. So this Lutron Connect bridge plugs right into your Wi-Fi router. And from there, you would download the free Lutron app. And it's going to walk you through installation, programming. Most people find that they can have the Caseta by Lutron system up and running in about 20 minutes. And that's from installation to downloading the app. So super simple. And we try to make it as obviously as easy as possible because, smart home is something that some people are still getting used to. So for the people who have installed maybe a lot of smart home products, this is going to be a super simple addition. But the other thing to remember is that help is always just a phone call away, whether it's hiring someone to do it for you, whether it's a local electrician or a local handy person, or relying on Lutron's 24/7 tech support. We'll get phone calls from people who are in the middle of their installation. They may have a question about the wiring. The one great thing, too, about the product is it doesn't require a neutral wire. So if you are installing it in the wall, not all houses are built, their electrical systems are built with a neutral wire. So you're not going to get home and worry that your wiring's not going to be right for this. It's going to be a super simple installation. And again, Lutron tech support is free. It's U.S.-based, and help is just a free phone call away.
Terrific stuff. Tell us about the kits that you have, the products and pricing.
Sure. So there's a couple different options. And obviously the really big benefit with this being a wireless system is that you can start small and you can add as your needs change, as your budget changes. So it's not intended to be a whole house solution. Caseta is really meant for key areas of your home. So we'll often see it on outdoor lights. So maybe a front porch light, perhaps a light that you have at the front of your yard, maybe some outdoor lighting, entry points, kitchen, bedroom. It's not intended necessarily to be on every closet or, rooms that aren't used very frequently. So you can start for under $100, and that will get you one dimmer, one Pico remote, and that bridge that you need to get the system up and running. And I mentioned that the app is free. That system will be under $100. And then you could step up to a kit that gives you two dimmers. So two dimmers, two of the remotes, the bridge, and that one's going to cost just over about $200. And again, as your needs change, you don't have to keep buying those kits. You can buy individual dimmers, and then of course the price does go down because you're not buying additional bridges. So it is definitely cost effective. And if you start integrating it with things like voice, your smart speakers, you're really going to see the enhanced value, and you're going to want to expand your system pretty quickly is what we tend to see.
And as you mentioned before, we should emphasize that you don't have to go out and buy any special bulbs for this as well, so it can work with what you have.
That's correct. And one Caseta by Lutron dimmer can actually control up to 17 bulbs. So if you have a room that has an extraordinary amount of lighting, whether it's, a couple pieces of track lighting or just a lot of downlights in one area, 17 bulbs in that room can be linked to one Caseta by Lutron dimmer. So that's really, again, giving you a lot of value, because if you think about how much it would cost to put 17 smart bulbs into a room, your cost is going to go up pretty quickly.
Terrific stuff. And you've embarked on a campaign, I think, this season that you're tying into the mindfulness trend. You're calling it travel mindfulness. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we are. So, when we think about the holiday season and, travel season, people are traveling all year long, whether it's for business or for pleasure. A lot of travel tends to happen around the holiday time, summer holidays, December and Thanksgiving holidays. And what we found is we took a survey of 1,000 homeowners in the U.S. and we asked them, what are some of the things that you worry about that when you're traveling? What prevents you from really being at ease? And really the big thing that people came back with was their home not looking lived in. They were worried that, their home was going to look empty, or that classic scene from Home Alone where timers are turning the lights on every single night at the exact same time. And so when we found that lighting and this feeling of the house looking empty was a huge concern for people, we dug a little bit further and we found that people wished they had the ability to do more with their lights while we were away. So just goes to show we have huge opportunities in this consumer electronics space to educate homeowners that these products are available. And the Caseta by Lutron system has this fantastic feature called Smart Away. So as you're pulling out of your driveway or your apartment for holiday season, you can literally open your app, press the Smart Away button, And for that entire period that you're gone, it's going to randomize your lights for you. So on Thursday, it might turn kitchen lights on at 8:05 p.m. Friday, it might turn living room lights on at 10:06 p.m. You're never going to have that same pattern over and over again. So it's truly going to be a random pattern to really help you, achieve that peace of mind while you're away.
Terrific stuff. For more info, the best place to go is where?
For more information, you could visit CasetaWireless.com, and Lutron is also on all of our major social media platforms. You can follow us there.
Again, that's CASETA wireless.com. Melissa Andresko, thanks for taking the time with us.
All right, Fred, thank you.
Now this. How many companies out there have continued to innovate when it comes to building a better radio? I'm Fred Fishkin, host of Techstination, and I'm here to tell you about the new CC Skywave SSB radio from the wonderful people at C. Crane. Bob and his crew really love radio, and it shows in this new compact model that is packed with features. Beyond great AM and FM reception and sound, you can tune into shortwave signals from around the world, listen to ham radio operators, aviation, and more. It's the radio you'll turn to every day, and in emergencies. It will run for nearly 3 days on just 2 AA batteries. Pair the sleep timer with the new Soft Speaker 3, and you've got the perfect radio for your nightstand. Of course, it can wake you up too. Click on C-Crane at Techstination.com and put in the code Techstination for a free flashlight with your order. They love radio, and you'll love C-Crane.